Hey guys, welcome to Mikey's Video Game Madness. Today we're playing Far Cry Classic, which is basically Far Cry 1, that originally came out on the PC a long time ago. Now, if you might remember, there was a Far Cry game on the Xbox 360. It was originally supposed to come out on the PlayStation 2, though, as well, but there's no way the PlayStation 2 could have handled it, especially the larger environments and the normal mapping and all that junk. And then there was a remake of that game on the Xbox 360 called Far Cry Instincts. I can't remember if the Xbox 360 version was just called Far Cry or not. But anyway, that version actually had Brad Dourif, the guy who does the voice of Chucky, as the main character. You won't see that in this. To me, this is actually more like the prequel to Crysis. Although I think Far Cry 3 went in a better direction than Crysis did. I didn't like Crysis 3 all that much. And it was extremely short. Far Cry 3 is a masterpiece. Ironically, I really like Crysis 2, but I hate Far Cry 2, which is weird. And I absolutely adore the first Crysis. I know a lot of people think that the other Crysis are better, but to me, Crysis was like the sequel of Far Cry 1. And then the Xbox games are fun too, the ones that are made just for consoles. But they're kind of weird in the fact that you got superpowers and stuff. But anyway, moving on. This game has extremely long load times. Now, you actually had to have a really good PC when this came out, kind of like Crysis. I don't know if this game looks as good as the PC or not. I'm thinking it doesn't look as good as the PC, but I haven't played the original in such a long time when I first got my first real computer, so I can't tell you. But I just remember in my mind I might be thinking through nostalgia vision, but I think that the textures and the draw distance and whatnot was farther. I also feel like the water was more detailed. Now, this almost feels like a slapped-on port. I don't know why. And I don't remember in the PC game if you could zoom in with your weapons or not. I know back when this first came out, it was sort of a novelty with the first Call of Duty, and then Brothers in Arms did it. Ironically, for like World War II shooters are the first ones I remember. I can't remember if you could zoom in or they put that in to match it with the other Far Cries. But I don't know. Maybe this is what the game looked like, and I should probably look it up on YouTube. I mean, it still looks nice. When you first start up this game, for whatever reason, it might glitch on you. And, like, the textures of the water and a lot of the normal mapping and the lighting and stuff is off. You gotta restart your game. I don't know why. But you can get this, I think, for either $15 or $10. But, honestly, if you're going to spend that money on a Far Cry game, I'd get Blood Dragon. But this game's pretty fun. I apologize for my dog howling in the background. She has to bark at everything, and I don't want to stop the video now. But I think the PC version looked better. Maybe it's because it was sharper and higher resolution, I don't know. Or maybe it's just in my head. This game's a lot more difficult than the other Far Cries, and I haven't played this in a long time, so you'll have to forgive me. I gotta try to figure out the controls. It pretty much plays like Far Cry 3. Far Cry 2 was just such a, I don't know, departure. It didn't feel right. And yes, in this game you have health. Must have put my gun into not automatic mode. Yeah, here we go. But now that I'm almost dead, and apparently I'm ducking. You'll have to forgive me, I'm trying to figure out the controls and talk at the same time. The enemies are dumb as fuck, and it's hard to be stealthy in this game because they're able to spot you like 20 miles ahead. So I'm almost dead now. Trying to figure out the controls and whatnot. Damn, there's a lot of enemies in this general area. It's a nice boat. Well, I got some health, so I'm not completely fucked. Although I'm playing and talking at the same time, so kinda am, but kinda not. So I just got off of this gigantic boat, so it's still fairly early in the game. You got this damn rocket launcher on there, and it just told me how to do stuff. I don't know if you can switch weapons or not. So here we are asking for more trouble. I think there is more fish in the ocean. I might be thinking of Far Cry 3, to be honest with you. Far Cry 3 is a masterpiece. It's a shame it ends so short. Wow, I'm shooting like the A-team here. I'm hitting nothing. I have no idea how this game's going to look on the camera because the whites in this game are somewhat oversaturated. Somebody's shooting BBs at me. Like, this game came out of nowhere. I mean, not the PC version, but the PlayStation 3 port. Like, all of a sudden I was on the PlayStation Network, and I was like, oh, the original Far Cry. Of course, this doesn't really live up to what I remember. I almost think I like the console version more. It's been so long. This game doesn't necessarily look as good as I remember it looking. But that, again, might just be because I'm using nostalgia vision. There's a minigun. Oh, it does it spin first. Most games, first-person shooters, when you play with a minigun, they spin for a second before they actually start firing. This game has an autosave feature, like the original Far Cry. I don't think you can quick save. I have no idea what he's saying because I have the sound down too low. But if you look at this game, you can definitely tell that the people who made Crysis made this game. I think Ubisoft Montreal actually made the Far Cry games. One of those companies, one of the branches of Ubisoft. Crytek didn't make the other ones, but Crytek made this one. This actually runs on the Crytek Engine 1, and the other Far Cry's actually run on a modified version of this, which is nuts thinking how much better the other Far Cry's look. So they really optimized it. I see bullets spraying over there. Hopefully I can spray some along your way too. When I first played this game, I was so lousy. I still am somewhat lousy with a mouse and keyboard. I'm not a huge PC gamer, but I got destroyed a lot trying to play with the mouse and keyboard. Seems like the checkpoints are more frequent, but that might be in my head. Like, again, like, I haven't played the original PC version. I had the original PC version somewhere. It's like 5 CD-ROMs, because it's before games were popularized on being put on DVD. Same with Call of Duty 2. There's two versions of Call of Duty 2. There is a DVD version, but I have the CD-ROM version. It's like 5 CDs, which is the pain in the ass, longest install ever. You can't just put the disc in and wait for it to install while you go take a dump or something, because you got to keep on swapping them discs. But if you can get past some of the minor graphical glitches, I do enjoy this, and as you can see, the enemies are stupid as fuck, as I noted before. But if you can get past the graphical glitches and whatnot, this is a pretty fun game. I definitely enjoy it more than Far Cry 2. I had all the Far Crys at some point. I got rid of Far Cry 2 and then the console versions of Far Cry because I no longer have an Xbox or an Xbox 360. I own both versions because I liked them so much. I still have this one on PC, but I have not tried it in so long. I don't even know if I have all the discs still. This is one of the first open-ended first-person shooters that I've at least ever played. Like before that, most first-person shooters were pretty linear. I don't know what's added or what's taken away in this game. I have nothing to compare it to. I guess I could go on YouTube and look at the videos, but it's a little late for that since I'm recording now. Pretty good with health. I just need some armor. And this is like Far Cry 3 or even Crysis. They all have that mode. I guess that's something Crytek started. I don't think there's any other first-person shooter game I can think of that has binoculars where you can tag enemies like that. Maybe Sniper Elite. I can't remember. Man, I can't remember shit. I'm getting old. One thing in next generation games I don't like, but they seem to not do that much, although they did it a little bit in Infamous Second Son, is when you're going through foliage. I don't like it when it doesn't move. Like Assassin's Creed made the foliage move. Tomb Raider makes it move when you go through it. I don't think Battlefield does it. I could be mistaken. Somebody's shooting a machine gun like a madman over there. I think it's a man. I don't think there's any women you shoot in this game. I don't know if that's sexist or not. Oh, I died. Partially because I can't see that well. There's a game with like a lot of greenery and a lot of guys with like camo on. Sometimes it's hard for me to see them in the distance. We'll restart the checkpoint just to make the video last a little bit longer. One complaint I have that a lot of people have is this game starts out as like you're like basically fighting guerrilla style, which is cool when you're fighting mercenaries, but later on this game gets a little science fiction-esque. I guess the third one does somewhat, but I don't think it fits the tone of the game at all. I never really liked Far Cry 2 that much, so I never played it for extended periods of time. I don't like in Far Cry 2 how far apart the saves are, and I don't like how everything breaks over time either. I hate anything, any game that, I don't hate the game, but I dislike it in a game where like things wear out. But when you get shot, you can hide behind something and heal automatically. So they want it realistic to, I guess, only a certain extent. Is that guy dead, or... I think he's dead. He just looks like he's standing there. You guys killed me last time, so I gotta creep. Maybe if this game was higher resolution, it'd be easier to see those guys. I don't know. I can't even tell if that's a guy. Maybe if I use my binoculars like you're supposed to, I wouldn't have to worry about seeing anybody because they'd all be tagged. Yeah, you're tagged. This game has somewhat of an auto aim. It reminds me of the auto aims for PlayStation 2 games where it's extremely obvious. Damn it. I need to quit running my mouth, but I gotta record a commentary. In real life, beyond YouTube, I do not suck at this game that bad. But I mean, that's always so much easier said than done. But you gotta think, the whole time I'm sitting here, I'm thinking of things to talk about to you guys. Not really paying attention about, not that I have any strategy, but I'm not paying attention about what's the best route about going to eliminate a threat. So nice when you get a machine gun. It sucks whenever you start out in a game and all you have is a pistol. That's what made, I had to switch a weapon. Well, what do I have? Sorry, can't talk. Wonder what I have the least bit of ammo of. I don't want this sniper rifle, only has 5 bullets. It appears that there's something over here, unless that's just showing me there's a sniper rifle over here. Can you tell I haven't played this for a while? I don't even know what the damn interface means. That's greatly appreciated. I feel like I should still be up here. If I remember correctly, I had to keep on climbing, but I don't remember exactly what to do. Oh, a helicopter, of course. I'm gonna waste my precious ammo. Yep, I wasted it. All I did was make it smoke. Shit. So much for leading. No ammo. Figured as much as my luck. Or my lack of skill thereof. Oh, I can go in there now? Well, thank you. Maybe I'll be stopped being shot at. It's insane to think that back in the day you had to have an extremely advanced video card to play this game at high settings. There is a glitch if you ever saw one. Thought there was nothing that could look better than this game when I first saw it on PC. And I look back and I'm just like, really? This impressed me? It still holds up fairly well gameplay wise though. Even though it's not the PC version and it doesn't look as good, I highly recommend if you're just a console gamer to download the first Crisis. I think that's the best one in the series. I was kind of hoping they'd release the expansion pack, which is similar to the first Crisis. Crisis 2 and 3 is more linear, like Call of Duty. And the games are a lot shorter. Crisis 1 actually had a decent amount of time on it. Thanks for the tips. Well, now that I no longer have that rocket launcher. I don't want that gun. This game might have the worst artificial intelligence I've ever seen. Like a budget title, artificial intelligence. Like you saw that one guy who was just staring at the wall. It might just be this port. Like I said, I have nothing to really compare it to. Fine exclusive. Okay. Gotcha. Just don't breathe in the gas, I guess. If you can't read it, it says I need to blow up this gas generator. Except I forgot how to. I don't see C4 on here. I would assume that's the gas generator. Maybe there's a bigger one. Yep. Thank you, holographic C4 shaped thing. I'll try. Oh, look, it looks like the moon of Endor. Or it looks like Endor. Endor is the one that had the little satellite dish. Endor is hardly a moon. Alright guys, that was the first Far Cry Classic for the PlayStation 3, available on the PlayStation Network. Have no idea if it's on Xbox Live. It's also on the PC, probably can get it for peanuts. I don't know if it runs on current operating systems or not. Like I said, I haven't played the PC version in a long time. This is a competent port if you're just looking to see what Far Cry looks like. Obviously Far Cry 3 is going to be better, Crisis 3 is going to be better. I'd actually recommend, not Crisis 3, although Crisis 3 is fun, but it's short as hell and a lot more linear. I'd actually recommend the first Crisis on PlayStation Network or Xbox Live over this. I'm sure they probably cost around the same amount. I'm not sure if this is on Xbox Live or not. But if you're curious about what the first Far Cry is like, and you're not a PC gamer, like, this is a competent port. It has its issues, like now, because I didn't adjust the analog sticks. If you're not in the know, the PlayStation controller, thank goodness, because the Xbox controller doesn't really do this. At least the Xbox 360 controller. If you ever have any issues with your analog stick drifting with the PlayStation 2 and 3, all you have to do is rotate the analog sticks like once or twice, and it'll actually basically calibrate your analog sticks for you to compensate for that movement, which I just had to do right now. But yeah, tip, you didn't think you'd learn anything from Mikey's Video Game Madness videos. But anyway guys, this is Far Cry Classic. Fun game, confident shooter, not the best in the world, but if you're curious what the first Far Cry is like, it's better than Far Cry 2 in my opinion. It doesn't look as nice, but gameplay wise, it's a lot like Far Cry 3 and Crisis 1, which I don't think you can go wrong with. But I'd recommend either Far Cry 3, which I don't know, that might cost a little bit more, or Crisis 1 over this. Crisis 1 probably costs about the same. But anyway guys, thanks again for watching, and if you like this video, please click the thumbs up. Also, if you would please leave a comment, negative or positive, so I know what you guys think about the video, or you guys want to like add anything extra or ask about maybe other games that you might have saw that I owned and suggest them. I know like I'm taking requests for 16-bit games. It says all that shit at the end of the video anyway. But yeah, thank you for watching, and if you'd like to see more videos of me rambling and talking, like please click subscribe, because there's a lot of those videos. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys later. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did recording it. Alright, bye.